This story is taken from Reddit, but you won't believe what I saw. Make yourself comfortable, grab a snack, dim the lights, and listen closely. This one stays with you. I hadn't visited my uncle's house in years, not since I was a kid. But after my father passed away unexpectedly, my mom needed a change of scenery, somewhere quiet, somewhere far away from the chaos of the city. So, we packed our things and traveled deep into the countryside, to a place that didn't even show up properly on Google Maps. My uncle's home stood at the edge of a dense forest, surrounded by silence, the kind that presses on your ears until you start hearing your own heartbeat. As soon as we arrived, something felt off. The house looked fine, old, but well maintained. But it was the feeling in the air, the weight of something unseen watching us from the woods. My skin crawled as I stepped out of the car. It was like the trees themselves were leaning in to listen. Uncle Rajiv greeted us with a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. His family was there too, his wife, Sunita auntie, and their 2 children, Tanya and little Rowan. Everything looked normal on the outside, friendly, even. But beneath that warm welcome, there was tension. Like everyone was trying just a little too hard to appear cheerful. I remember standing in the hallway, suitcase still in my hand, when I noticed something strange. Every clock in the house was 5 minutes ahead. Not broken, just wrong. Every single one. I let it slide. That night, we had dinner at a long wooden table under a dim yellow light. The food was great, too great, actually. My mother had barely said a word all evening, her eyes distant, like she wasn't really present. And my cousin Tanya kept glancing at me when she thought I wasn't looking. Her expression said something. She couldn't speak out loud, like she was trying to warn me. Later, as I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, heard something strange. A low, rhythmic thumping like footsteps, but coming from beneath the house, from the basement. I got up, quietly, and tiptoed through the hallway. The whole house creaked with every step, as if it wanted to betray me. I stopped at the basement door. It was locked, but I could still hear it muffled chanting, like a ritual. And then a scream, a woman's scream. It was cut short, like someone had clapped their hand over her mouth. I froze, my heart hammering so loud, I thought it would wake the whole house. I backed away and ran into Tanya. She grabbed my arm hard. "Don't ask questions," she whispered. "Please, don't open that door." She disappeared into her room before I could respond. The next morning, everything was normal again. Too normal. My mom acted like she hadn't heard a thing. My uncle whistled as he stirred tea. Sunita auntie handed me a plate of fruit with a pleasant smile. But Tanya avoided me completely. I tried to shake it off, thinking maybe I was just paranoid. Maybe grief was making me imagine things. But then, on the 3rd night, I saw it. I had gone to the balcony for some air. The forest looked like it had teeth, black tree trunks like jagged shadows under the moonlight. Then I saw something move between the trees. A woman, pale, limp. She was dragging herself through the forest floor, her long hair caked in dirt and blood. She was crawling toward the house, toward me. I backed away in fear, but when I blinked, she was gone. The next morning, confronted Tanya. She looked exhausted, eyes bloodshot. I asked her what was going on in this house. She hesitated, then finally cracked. "They keep something down there," she whispered. "Something alive. Or something that used to be alive." I didn't understand. "They feed it once a week. That's why Mom cooks so much food that night. It's not for us." "What is it?" I asked, my throat dry. "I don't know. All I know is, ever since Dad came back from that temple trip 5 years ago, things changed. He started acting weird, and the basement, it was never locked before. I needed to see it for myself." That night, I snuck out again. This time, Tanya came with me. She had stolen the key. We opened the basement door. The smell hit me first, like rotting meat and wet soil. The air was thick, heavy. Each step down the wooden stairs creaked with dread. And then we saw it. Chains. A ritual circle drawn on the floor in dried blood. Dozens of candles, half burned, flickering weakly. In the corner, something moved. It was a woman, barely recognizable as human. Her limbs were twisted at unnatural angles, her skin covered in symbols etched deep into her flesh. She looked up at us and smiled, but it wasn't a smile of relief. It was hunger. I stumbled back, but before we could run, we heard a voice behind us. "Uncle Rajiv, I warned you not to ask questions," he said calmly, "but you couldn't help yourself. Could you?" He stepped forward, holding something gleaming. "A knife." Tanya screamed. I grabbed her and ran up the stairs. We slammed the door behind us and pushed a chair under the handle. The house woke up. Everyone was yelling. My mother grabbed me in confusion, and I pulled her toward the car. We didn't stop driving for hours. We never went back. I still don't know what they were keeping down there, whether it was human once, or something much older. All I know is, my uncle's family still lives out there, and sometimes, when I close my eyes, I can still hear that voice in the dark, whispering my name.